That's over. It's leaking. Like, that's over full in 2 days. Oh, and there she goes. Look at that. There you go, Davy Dum Dum. That was so heavy the wire pulled right off. Isn't that something? There you go, folks. There's today's Davy Dum Dum. Welcome back, guys. This is basically the second part of Tree Tapping Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday. So we've already spent the night. This is the second day here, and this is going to be the second video here because I actually got quite a bit of footage on my last yesterday and this morning for the last video I posted. This video, I'm going to have a lot more stuff to do. I've got this flower bed all cleaned up and all that. If you didn't see on the last video, I went up into the woods and I tapped some maple trees actually yesterday, 10 to start, and we're going to take a walk back up. We're going to have a look and see if we're getting any sap out of these bad boys, because if we are, I'm hoping probably when we come back on Saturday. This is Thursday right now, or sorry, this is Wednesday. This is Tree Tapping Tuesday on a Wednesday, but if we come back on Saturday, there should be enough, hopefully, that we can actually start to already process some maple syrup. So we're going to see. Just bear with me here. So much deadfall stuff in the ground here. Should clean it up someday. A lot of it's good burning, really good burning. But anyway, let's go for a little stroll here and let's see how it's coming so far. First one looks good. Let's check him out. Which is in there, right there. That's where this guy is. I should peel the labels, it'd be a lot easier to see. That's tree number 1. Let's go over here. It's a little bit cold today for it to be running. It's only 2 or 3 degrees. So they're not, yeah, that one's not even running. Still iced up. See that one? It's not doing much, and there's actually ice still in the sap. These ones here, yeah, they're not doing much. Hardly at all. So check these other ones out. I've got 10 of them, I said total I get done. This one's looking okay. See that? This is basically in the first 24 hours. And again, it's not prime today right now. That one's dripping okay because it's kind of cold out. If the sun come out right now, it would start to run out of these. This one is going really good. Look at this. This is up to here already. 24 hours, and that's already a liter in that one. These two here, they're starting to drip, but again, we need a little bit warmer day. For anybody that doesn't know, -5 at night, +5 in the daytime. That's in Celsius. That's your optimum conditions for sap to run. And I don't know if anybody knew either, that's about a 40 to 1 boiled down. You have to cut it down about 40 to 1. Excuse me. So it takes 40 liters to boil down to 1 liter. When you boil it, you have to go that far. This one is just starting to drip. And here's the thing. This, you see the little bit that's in these? That come out of these things in about 3 or 4 hours yesterday. Because yesterday they were running really good as soon as I put them in. Even this one. There's only a little bit in these. So this one's not running the best yet. But it will. It's a dripping though. It's dripping. It's. I need more. I'm hoping to tap. There's a few more trees up and through here. I'm hoping to tap probably another 10 on the weekend. Hopefully on Saturday, come back with a few more things to do with it and bring enough over. And there's a couple more right here. These are maple trees right here. I remember from last year, those two are 2 of the best ones I've ever used. It runs out of those things. So anyway, it's nice to see. And nice to have you guys back for another adventure. A few things I'm going to do here, I think later today. Might even fire my chipper shredder up. I'm unsure yet if I'm going to get that thing going or not. But I may get my chipper going. Haven't had it running in 2 years. It might be a little issue getting it going. Needs a belt put on it. Could probably run it without, but it would work a lot better if I put an actual belt on it. When I got it running a couple years ago, the pulleys were rusted bad. So when I operated there for a while, it actually chewed the belt up pretty good on it. So, but I'll see. I might see if I can get it to start at least. hang around for a little bit, heading back to the building. For anybody who didn't see my last video, I come down here this morning, cleaned all this up. I get everything all raked up nice. My hostas and all that, they're all cleaned up. You can see it won't be long at all. This guy keeps falling over my light. That's a hosta right there. That's a hosta right here. I bet you there's new, look at this, there's already new growth. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. That's a tiger lily. And you can see the new growth already in this guy. Look. Pretty cool. They're ready. They are ready. Won't be long at all. Tiger lily, hosta. Another tiger lily over here. Another hosta on the other side of the tree. So they look kind of nice when they're all done up. My little solar lights, they come on every night. They're all working still. I cleaned them up yesterday, got some of them working again. I raked all in through there this morning. Cleaned it all up. I normally do it annually once. And again, down here, I actually, I'll go through here and I go through it, I mow it, but I use a whippersnipper trimmer, and sometimes I bring a push mower. I can do the push mower here, it's smoother, but back here some of this area is pretty rough and there's still stumpage and that going on here. So this tree is a scary mess going on. You can see, I'm going to show you up here. Woodpeckers are getting at it. It's dead. Dead as it can get, and it's woodpecker haven. But it's a dead tree, and it's going to go one of these days. It's all starting to split here. It's starting to crack really bad. And it's leaning hard towards the brook, and all the branches are on that side. So not something I'm looking forward to, but this summer at some point that tree has to come down. Anyways, I'm going to, brook's running nice and high right now, as you guys can see. Rain a couple days ago, but again, it's nice out today. Things are slowly melting, but it's not super warm right now. It's only about 3 degrees, and it's overcast, so it doesn't feel super warm out, but might be time to go and take a coffee break here for a couple minutes. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well, boys and girls, this is my chipper shredder that I've had a couple of years, which I need to put a new belt on. The old belt got worn right out. I've got a new one for it. I haven't used this thing a whole lot. It's a beast. It works amazing. As anybody that's ever run one of these things, they are quite a machine, I'll tell you. They will chew up pretty much anything you want them to. And I'm just going to make sure that's the right belt, because I did... Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. It's going to be tight on here, I believe. I may have to loosen the engine and slide it back, because this is all adjustable under here. I may have to. I was hoping I didn't have to, but I think I may have to. And we're going to find out here in a minute. Put it on that pulley. We're going to see if we can roll it onto this one. I think it's going to be way too tight. Yeah, it's going to be too tight. No, I can't get that on. Going to have to loosen her up, because that is the right belt. So, what size do we put on this? 10, 12, half inch, I think there. Yeah, they're half-inch bolts. Just give me a second here, guys. I wear ear protection, eye protection, hand protection, because they can be pretty violent. You know, you're basically pulverizing everything with it. Especially when you're chipping. Chipping tree branches and stuff. They really, it hurts your hands doing it. Hard on the hands. I should have a ratchet for this. There's quite a story behind this chipper. I'll tell you in a minute what this actually is. The rototiller behind you guys right now, or behind the camera, my big tiller is what they call a PTO tiller. And you can take, the rototiller comes off that. 2 bolts on the back. There's a coupler that you can unbolt and take the tiller off. Well, Troy-Bilt just happened used to make what they called a PTO chipper. That's what this used to be. This machine, when I got it, had already been modified because somebody got it, but obviously didn't have the tiller to operate it. So they put an engine on it. And the way they did it, they could have done a whole lot better. But anyways, whatever, that's what they did. So a buddy of mine gave me it a couple years ago now. And the way it was set up, the engine was a great big monstrosity on it, and it was just not good. So I went all over it, kind of redid it, totally changed everything on it here, and turned it into a standard chipper, which is a shame. It used to have a caster wheel. There used to be one wheel under the back of these. You would hook it, again, this rototiller here, the two bolts, you would actually hook that on, and the nice thing about it, you could actually drive it around. So you had a self-propelled chipper shredder, drive it to wherever you're going to operate it, off of that tiller, electric start, because that tiller is also electric start. So how much nicer than that could you have, right? Belt guide is working, good. It's looking good so far, guys. All right, I'm going to pause just for a sec here. Yeah, and if you see what I mean, to explain it, right down in here, there's a big bolt right here and a big bolt over here. And you loosen those two bolts, they turn sideways, and this comes right off the back. That whole tiller attachment, and then you can actually drive this around. I even have a bracket right here that bolts on in place of it. And what you do, that's actually trailer hitch. So you take the tiller, this goes on there like that, or sorry, this way, and it gives you a hitch to tow, because I have a little trailer outside. They actually come with this gizmo also when I bought it. It even came with a trailer and everything that you can pull behind it. So it's pretty neat. That's the little trailer laying in there upside down. As you can see, the red hitch and everything, so you can get the same hitch on it. And that's a little dump cart that actually came from Troy-Bilt. Well, guys, I'm very happy to report I got this thing fired up. It was actually quite easy to start. So what I'm going to do is we're going to utilize this thing for a little while. I've got some stuff over there, has to go first. So I think I'm going to move it over there. And I'm going to show you guys what this thing will do. It's quite a machine. Quite a machine. Set it right there maybe. Well, boys and girls, earplugs going in. After I get this thing running, I'm going to just turn the audio down on that because it's going to be so noisy, it's going to be ridiculous. So you're just going to hear a racket. So I'm going to turn the audio down, and I'm just going to put a bit of this brush through and show you guys what this thing actually works like. Hopefully it'll fire right up. Started up pretty good earlier for not running in 2 years. Took a few pulls, but she started up. Face shield also, all the gear when you use these things, and gloves. And you don't see me wear gloves. I wear gloves when I use this. you go, guys. That was, what do you think of the racket that thing makes? Say, that chipper shredder. I wasn't going to, do it all day. I just wanted to give you guys the basics of what one of those things actually does. They say I've done small engine repair 30 years. Those are the most dangerous machine you will ever encounter. A mechanical machine that I know of around here that a person would use for home use. Many places you don't put your hands on that thing, I'll tell you that. But anyway, you can see it works great. The bigger stuff, I mean, it's slow to feed. It will take it in. It'll take 3-inch, they say. Pretty hard on it. And again, that machine really should have an 8 horsepower engine on it, the size of it. And that's only, I think, a 5.5 or a 6, the one I put on it. And it's only a Princess Auto, like a Power Fist. So that, I wish I could get the cast iron coupler that actually hooked that onto my rototiller. And again, that would be gone now. And the funny part was, whoever would have got that chipper back in the day would have had it, and it was just the chipper, no engine, right? Because they were made, they had a cast iron piece that come out. It was like a snout, probably a foot long, and they hooked on, and you could bolt it on. Again, you could drive around with the chipper with the tiller off the back. Very, very versatile machine. They work amazing. But again, whoever had that chipper back in the day probably looked at it, scratched his head, said, geez, I don't know what you're supposed to do with this, but I'm not putting an engine on it. So they went and got rid of that main adapter piece. If I had that adapter part, I don't think you could even buy it anymore. That thing's 30 years old. I could convert it back and make it the way it used to be. But anyways, enough about the chipper for now. It's 10 to 4 in the afternoon. Been a pretty busy day here. Man, I got a pile of stuff already done here. And I'm going to sit back here for a couple minutes and actually enjoy coffee and watch the birds on the feeders. Had the big old hairy woodpecker was out there a few minutes ago. And there was actually a small one out there just for a couple minutes, but he didn't stay around long. I think it was another hairy woodpecker. It's the same coloring anyway, or maybe it was a downy woodpecker. But anyways, I'm going to kick back for a little while, have my coffee, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Well, boys and girls, we're going to go up and have one last little gander at how the sap is doing. When we were up earlier today, it was still kind of frozen. So we're going to go up. Oops. You can see, I just brought a little chainsaw file along with me in case I find any of the trees seem to be plugged up or anything. I can just make sure there's no bark stuck in the holes. So I should have brought something to cut the labels off all the bottles. Easier to identify how much is in them, like you can't tell in this until you get up close to it. That's not dripping. So let's check it out and see what's going on. Get this here, you can see it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's not bad. I am going to try to tear these off while I'm here. There we go. Put them in my pocket. A lot easier to see that way, right? So stick this back on. There you go. Now you can see. That's pretty cool, eh? Quite a bit in that one. 5 pockets. Yes, I do. Okay, we're going to tear all these off one by one. Let's go to the next one. Over here. Let's go this way. You can quite clearly see where the level of these guys are. They're not actually doing that good today, guys. They're not dripping like I thought they would be. This one has some in it, but not a lot. And try to tear these labels if we can. Get these off them all. There you go, you can see how much is in that one. It is dripping slowly. I'll just check it and make sure there's nothing in it. No, there's not. It's just the sun is not out. I'm not an expert on how this works, but I'm assuming that if the sun, when the sun hits the trees, it's going to kind of help warm things up and it's going to make the sap want to run. Well, I don't think it's going to run. Well, that one over there is running. They're not going to run as much, depending which tree, I guess, because some of these look like they're doing quite well. You guys just hang on here. Let's check these guys out. See, there's only, this one doesn't look like it really got anything in it since yesterday. But the whole tree is soaking wet, so it's almost like it's leaking. Strange, eh? The tree is wet. Yeah, for some reason it's not coming out of that like it should be. Downhill a little bit more maybe. See what happens, because this one isn't putting out that much, nor is this one. Yesterday, I could say within the first few hours of being in there, they started really running. And today, the trees seem wet, but I'm not getting that much sap out of them. Now, you wait till you see this next one over here. This thing looks crazy. This one's half full. Look at this bad boy. There is what it should be. And this tree is wet, but look at that guy running. Just a steady drip. Isn't that something? That's the way it should be. That's a good one. And yet it still seems to be leaking. Wow. Okay. A couple more over here. This one doing, wow, this one's almost full. Best one I've got. This guy is almost full. That's crazy. Look at that. How much is in that overnight? That's a good tree. That's a real good tree. Isn't that crazy? It's going to be full. And these two over here. So some are doing way better than others. Whoops, this is bad. These ones, I'm going to have to dump these before tomorrow. Before I leave, because it's going to be too much. Hang on a minute. I'm going to peel the decals off all these. Should be decent right there. Peel the label off these things. Makes it easier to see them. What's in that? Not nice. Beautiful stuff, eh? But I can see that 2-liter bottles aren't really big enough. Unless I was living here and getting it every day. But this is confusing me. Every tree I've done, they're all wet. This is all wet. And it all seems to be leaking. And is that because of the type I'm using, or is that just the way it is with these? But hang on. This one is crazy because that guy is going to have to be, guys should really be dumped today. How are these ones over here doing? A couple more over here. It's funny, this summer hardly doing any. This one is doing beautiful. This one, hardly anything. The tree is wet, but it's not producing much. Isn't that crazy? Look at this guy. So I don't know what's going on here. Let's peel the label off this one. Again, yesterday, as soon as I tapped these, I started getting, most of this come out of these yesterday. So they haven't all produced much today. There's a small one I could tap right there. And this guy hasn't produced much. So turn the camera here so you can see. This guy, what's in this was pretty well here yesterday. So for whatever reason, these these trees are leaking even just where I put this screw in there. That's enough to break the seal of the bark, I guess. To get them leaking this time of year. They're so wet with sap. They just want to run. Just going to give this a little poke and make sure it's not blocked, but I know it's not. It's getting cold in the day now. It's late in the day. The temperature's dropping down again. So they're not going to, we had no sun today at all. And I think you do really need sun to really get the sap flowing good out of these things. So anyways, all right, I'm not going to film the whole way back. Here's a nice small one here. It's a small tree, but I could still tap it. But there's definitely more here to do yet. But anyway, all right, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well, I want to tell you guys what an absolutely amazing day I had today. And did I ever get a pile of stuff done around here? Filmed a pile of footage too. It's going to be a long video. These last couple of videos are going to be quite long. I don't know if I told you guys or not earlier. I don't think I did. That it's just me and the kitties today, yesterday and today. Fred's upstairs sleeping somewhere, I guess. Anyways, it's getting fairly late. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna do much more today. It's gonna be a short day for me, or not short day, but it's gonna be a short evening. I'm gonna be going to bed fairly early. Pretty tired. In the morning, I'm gonna have to dump my buckets up there. I know I am for sure. One of them was pretty well full today. One of those 2-liter bottles, which is a really nice sign, and the other ones are filling up quick. So, excuse me, I'm going to probably for sure by Saturday on my video, I'll be making some syrup. No problem at all. I'll start boiling her down. I'm going to bring over my little 2-burner stove and do it on that this time. Instead of cooking it inside, we're going to actually cook it outside. I'll finish it off on the propane over here. But the basis, the bulk of the boiling would be done outside and keep the heat out of here. I think I told you guys before, I'm not sure if you caught it, but last couple of years when I cooked it inside here, I would literally do it in here and it would take 10 or 12 hours with the stove just rocking. This time of year, you don't need that kind of heat coming out of your wood stove. So what ends up happening, try to go to bed at night, and I think it was last year, the year before, 32 degrees in here, which is what, 90, 95, I'm not even sure what it is in Fahrenheit, but 32 Celsius. I'll tell you what it is, it's way too warm to try to sleep. So we get up and open the door and all the windows and just couldn't go to bed that night. It was terrible, laid there and just sweated all night. So I learned from the hard way. I ain't doing that again, so I'm going to be cooked it outside this year. But anyways, it was great to have you guys around here today, and I hope you don't mind the longer videos, but a lot of stuff to do, and a lot of these videos now are going to be longer like this. They're going to be longer formatted. But again, I am going to shut her down here pretty soon for the night, and I will see you guys in the morning. We're going to go out and dump those buckets, and then, hate to say it, but I'm probably going to have to head home at least for a day. But I'll be back again on Friday, and today's Wednesday now. So anyways, hope you guys have a good evening. I know I'm going to, and we'll talk to you in the morning. How you guys doing this morning? Thursday morning. It didn't actually even freeze last night. It's still +3, so at 35 or 36 degrees. I'm gonna walk out front and see what the road is starting to look like. I'm getting a little nervous of what's gonna happen because I've got to get out of here today, but I'm coming back tomorrow. So I'm not sure how we're going to get in. If we're going to have to carry some gear and walk in or what, because this road can get really dicey this time of year. And just going to go up and see. And to kind of make it worse, tomorrow's going to be 12 or 14 degrees. It's going to be that warm out tomorrow. So, but you guys can see, this road is clearly getting bare. This isn't the issue. The issue is this road will get sinkholes in it. But you'll be going along, and what happens is the top layer starts to thaw, and the soil will almost liquefy because there's still frost in the ground below it. And you can be driving along, and all of a sudden your tire would just drop out of sight right in the middle of the road. Last year, right along here was a strip that somebody got over this way just a bit too far, and they sunk their vehicle right in. So, but it's still feeling fairly solid to here anyway, but you don't know. So I am nervous. And then the rest is going to be icy for a while, right, as you can see. The ice is soft enough now that you can get a good grip on it. But I don't know, boys. My boots are actually sticking right to the ice. It's kind of funny. But I don't know how funny it's going to be. Because here's the deal. I have my cats here right now with me. I'd almost thought of leaving them for the night. But I don't want it to get cold. Which it would definitely cool off if I leave it overnight. Yeah, this hill is going to get really icy. Really, really icy on this hill. Oh man, what a time, eh? I could bring my side-by-side over. That's such a pain in the butt to load that all on the trailer and everything, just to drive it a mile in the road. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to make that judgment call after I go out of here today, and I think I will take my cats. Probably leave them. Yeah, I'll probably leave the, here's something over there, it's weird. I'll probably leave the cats home for the weekend. They're fine. That's the nice thing about a cat, right? Make sure they have lots of food and a clean litter box and they're good to go. Now, this road is going to go south really quick on us here. And again, tomorrow, it's going to be 12 or 14, 15 degrees. It's going to be really, really warm. That could be enough to get some of this top, I think, to liquefy. And I could come in with your truck and all of a sudden your running board is dragging on the ground. So I don't know, but we're going to find out here soon. I guess I'll have to make a decision. Crazy to see the front field's almost bare already out here too. I'm going to come up here to do a check on my sap levels. First one is half full. I'm definitely going to have to dump these before we go. Definitely. They're not dripping much yet this morning. I thought they'd maybe drip overnight, but they probably did because this one's half full. Almost half full, a little bit. That whole tree is wet. I think that my pipes I'm using are leaking. But it doesn't look like it. So why would that whole side of that tree get wet right where I put that hole in that? Anybody know what's going on here? Doesn't look normal to me. It's wet right from here. You can see this is wet. This is all wet. But yet it's still coming at the pipe a little bit. That one is okay. Let's keep looking. Whoops. Oh, look at this guy. Look at that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some buckets and come dump these. And I've got one here that's full. That's crazy. Look at that. That is right to the top. There's what they should be like. And again, this tree is wet. This is all wet. This is wet. This is all wet. So it's not possible that that is leaking, making it go wet. Yeah, man, I got a pile of sap. Look at these. Look at these. This is only in 2 days. Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. Not sure what we're going to do yet. But I'm definitely going to come collect some sap because, yeah, these ones are almost full. Then we have this one. Hardly any. I'm not going to say hardly any, but that didn't run much yesterday. And this last one up here didn't run much yesterday. Because the first day I put these in, I had almost that much in them. So, anyways, I'm going to go get a bucket and come back and dump these guys. We'll see you in a bit. Well, here we go, boys and girls. Let's empty some of these. It'll be a little awkward with one hand, but what I brought is a water jug. I went and spent a bunch of time and washed out 2 of my white buckets down there, and I ended up with this blue water jug. So what's wrong with that? Look at that first one. There's a liter to start. That's a couple teaspoons cooked. Again, anybody didn't hear before, 40 to 1. It takes 40 liters to make one. So that's one. And again, we're coming back tomorrow, so it won't be too bad. A little awkward to do single-handed, but anyway. Number 2. Some of them don't have much. Other ones are half full up here. It's kind of strange. So, the way they're running. But anyways, this guy here is looking really good. Here's another half fuller. So, bear with me. This is kind of awkward to do. Cap. The wire Yeah, look at that, eh? It's not bad. Again, here's the silly part, folks. This is only 2 days. This is Thursday. These were done Tuesday afternoon. So here's the deal. These are not going to be big enough containers. I'm going to have to do something if I'm going to do this, because I can't be here every day to empty these. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. But anyway, more here. These guys look good. Again, it's funny. Some of them run good yesterday. This one here, they pretty much put that much out the first day. So when I tapped them Tuesday, I come back 3 hours later, there was that much in some of these. So for whatever reason, it's nice stuff. It's going to be so mild tomorrow. If it's 12 or 15 degrees, these are probably going to pour sap out of them, I'm assuming. Not sure how that works, but I'm assuming they will really be producing with the warm weather. So I hope you guys can kind of see this. A little awkward holding the camera one hand. I'm doing this for you guys, but I think it's the way I should do it. So I'll let you walk through the woods with me and do these. There we go. Keep the cap. Next, these ones here. This one's actually over full already. This one really concerns me. Look at this guy. It's right to the top. This one has 2 liters in it alone. So that's what gets me. What the heck am I going to do with this? That's over. It's leaking. Like, that's over full in 2 days. Oh, and there she goes. Look at that. There you go, Davy Dum Dum. That was so heavy the wire pulled right off. Isn't that something? There you go, folks. There's today's Davy Dum Dum. Where'd that wire go? That was so heavy that now I gotta find that piece of wire, put that back on. Oh, here we go. See, Davy Dum Dum strikes again. I found the wire anyway. But yeah, this tree here, this is a real concern. This guy is also double. Could probably tap both sides of it, right? But yeah, I'm concerned about the wet. That's wet there. Like, but this is wet all up here. So I think they're leaking or something. This is something I'm doing. That's nothing to do with it. Can't be. It's just got to be somehow the tree, I don't know, wets all its bark. Somebody might know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but, and again, eventually I would like to have the right setup, the right tools to do this job. So it'd be kind of cool. Get some spiles, they're called. Another one. Hang on. Yeah, a lot of these had that much the first day. So, again, I'm probably doing a terrible job filming this. I'm really sorry. The one-handed bandit. Could have brought a tripod up, but a little annoying moving that all around too sometimes. So, this one, nice one, doing very well. Nice producer again. Let's get some nice sap in it, boys. Nice sap. So I'll definitely be cooking on Saturday. Definitely with you guys. That's going to be kind of very interesting to do. I'll have to remember to bring my propane stove. And we're going to start cooking. This is already getting heavy. It's getting some weight in it, for sure. Still 3 more. This one over here is full. They're pretty close to full. I'm thinking I need buckets and drop lines is what I need. This is what they call the hoses, and then you just put a bucket on the ground, right? Because these guys are really doing their thing. Really doing their thing. They say you can keep it up to about a week. So, as long as the temperature stays colder also, which again tomorrow is not going to, but shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be 12 to 15 tomorrow. 2 more. Yeah, this is half full now. I get 10 liters anyway. Good little start on this project. Yeah, that's half full. Not half empty, by the way, it's half full. Oh, drop the cap. Rather that than drop the whole bottle like the one back there. My Davy Dum Dum. That does make it easy way. It's just not a large enough container. Again, if I lived here, I could do these every day. It wouldn't be an issue. I can't do that, so gotta think about this one. Decisions to make today. Because yeah, I'm gonna have 10 or 12 liters here, guys. Last one again. This one, it's almost seemed to have stopped. This put this much out the first day, but yesterday wasn't the greatest weather, so you can see the liquid right at the lip of it, but there's nothing coming out of it. So I really don't know if they were all producing, whoops, or they were all producing, like if they were all full, it would be ridiculous, but thank God they're not. But I have more trees I want to more trees I want to tap. Yeah, that's over half full. More trees I want to tap. So I'll figure out when I head home here in a little bit what I'm going to do. Anyway, we're heading back to the cabin, so no point of filming all that. Well, everybody, it pretty much is going to wrap this video up here today, I think. It is about lunchtime now. It's going to be a long video, I'm sure. I'm not sure until I sit down and edit this. Could be an hour. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Going to be back here on Saturday, which is, well, actually going to be back here tomorrow. Today's Thursday, be back here tomorrow for the weekend again. So this is kind of a little bit of bonus stuff that's going to be put up there, and I'm going to start putting some content in this channel for you guys. I got to bring a bit of wood in before I go. I'm going to split a little bit of kindling in that before I go, just to keep everything topped up in that. And you guys don't need to watch that. You see me do enough of that each time here. So I'm going to cut it short for now. And I hope you guys are enjoying this content and all that. And if you do, you know, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it. Give me your comments. I want to know what you guys think. And it's going to be a pretty neat process to make some maple syrup with you guys too. So again, I will be back very soon to talk to you guys. And if nothing else, just please try to live simply and remain grateful. And you guys have a good day, and we'll see you soon.